What's going on, people? Troops TV back again, like a blood clot again. You understand? Episode 3. Blood, I've been getting them wrong, blood. 321.
321
of back again. You understand? Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the blood clot thing. You know what I'm saying? Big up the chat as always, blood. You understand? Big up the mods, them, my brothers. You get me? Before I big up the man, them, I want to big up Jay firstly, blood. You understand? Now, you lot should know Jay. That's school run massive. You understand? I haven't seen my brother since the last school year, and I haven't seen him on the last 3 mornings when I've dropped Carter. You get me? And obviously, he is informed man of what has happened, blood. You get me? And he says, big up troops on the panel. It's been a minute, bro. Life's been shit the last few months. Lost my nan, my mum. Lost my nan, my job. Mum was laid up in hospital with a blockage on the heart. You guys kept me going. You understand? Now, this is a person I actually know personally. You understand? A person that I see 5 times a week minimum, blood. You get me? See him every day, in the morning, in the afternoon. And you get me, blood. I just want to send my thoughts and prayers to you, blood. You understand? Send strength to you, blood. You get me? Because say you're my family, blood. You get me? So hopefully I see you this afternoon. You get me? And then we can have a proper chat, blood. You get me? But stay strong. R.I.P. to your nan. And you get me, blood. Tell mum fighting. You know what I mean? I know she's, you know me, she made you, so she's different kind of strong, blood. You get me? So shout out mummy and them thing there. Stay strong. You know what I mean? Condolences.
I hope your mum gets better, man. God bless, bro.
Yeah, for real, man. For real. And glad that we could help. Because you guys kept me going. So glad we can help, even if it's a little.
Genuinely really like hearing stuff like that.
Yeah, for real, for real.
Keeps us going, bro. Keeps us going.
Yes, for real. Yeah.
Real talk, blood. Big up Jay every time, blood. You get me? But big up the man, them. As always, blood. You get me? Whole gang inside. You understand? Lewis, Flawless, Monts. You get me? Monts is gonna be leaving us early. You get me? He had the deadest transfer window, so out of all of us lot, he was gonna be the last of the talk, blood. You get me? But he has jumped the queue to the front. But before we get into it, blood, pause. Lewis, no Chelsea to stress you. I bet it's been a relaxing week, blood.
Yeah, other than like just the standard arguing with my fan base 24/7 on Twitter, but it's actually been a relatively peaceful week.
Like, I see that all the time, man.
Honestly, it's the only thing that's giving me something to do. Just if someone's standing potch, cool. Let me cook him quick, nice, back to usual. But this has been my holiday. I'll be real. I know I've said I was meant to be trying to do semi-regular content, but I also just thought, you know what? Let me not force it like that. We've done a lot this year. We've done a lot of content, so sometimes it's good to rest up a little bit. Be back for the England game, but yeah, I'm just enjoying my week off personally. But it is good to be back. So shout out to everybody. Big up to the panel. Big up to the chat. Up the Chelsea. And we are officially starting the Palmer for Balon d'Or charge. Let's go. Up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea. Real shit. We'll be there.
Flawless.
This guy's such an idiot. Yes.
I know you've enjoyed your week, blood. You understand?
No, oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
You get me?
Oh, facts.
Been hiding away.
I ain't been hiding away. I've still been doing content, but so happy for international break. You know what I'm saying? So happy that international break came round and gave me a break from Magician. But my club's still in the news anyway. So it don't really change too much. You know, they either if they're not annoying me on the pitch, they're annoying me off the pitch. Like this whole news that came out about Ineos, he's under pressure to impress Ineos with his game style, and they're gonna and all types of rubbish. It's like you picked the man, you kept the man on, and now all of a sudden you talk about his style, and yeah, we'll get into it in the United section. But big up, man.
And Mr. I'm not even gonna call you Mr. Peanut Head anymore, but Mr. Runabout. You understand? We have Mr. Runabout here. You get me? Yeah, the Runabout of YouTube, blood. You understand? Like, I mean, won the league title in August, blood. You get me? But we got my brother Mons, blood. You understand? I'm sure you've been bored without Luis Diaz running down the wing.
You know what, man? I didn't really want the break to come. Like, I'll be honest. Like, the way he was duppying up certain teams, making man have to rethink whether they even like football and that. You know what I'm saying? We was the Grim Reaper for 3 weeks, you know, and I don't know if that's gonna continue over the next 3 weeks. I'm on the op watch. I'm on op watch at the moment. You know, NLD, you know, Arsenal City coming up, games like that. You know, so we'll have to see. I'm just happy to see the boys them thriving. You know, we had to endure a lot of hate, a lot of laughter, you know, a lot of jeering, you know, towards my club, you know, a lot of that sort of stuff over the summer. And it's only nice to see everyone's tune kind of changing slowly. But with all due respect, stay over that side. And we'll see you at Anfield, and we'll see you whenever your stadium will be. And that's to anyone. That's if the boot fits. So don't think I'm speaking about anyone specifically, but if the boot fits, the boot fits. So yeah, man, I can't really complain. And you know, as long as Flawless still has bags under his eyes, as long as Lewis is still championing draws, and as long as Troops is still getting angry at Zinchenko, I'm sweet, man. These are the things that keep me going, you know. So I'm all good.
That's a championing draws, you know. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, serious. Man says like this has anything to do with United. This is work. Yeah, but we move. I look like this.
But you come on, United does contribute a little bit.
Nah,
and United. Yeah, but United is a big part of your work.
This is my stupid self waiting for power yesterday. That's why I'm like,
but there's a little like, bro, like, come on, there's a little bit of United in there.
United is really not, yo.
There's a little bit of United in there, man. Come on,
it's
man.
really not, yo. I was one of the very few that know, you know, like not expecting. I already know what these men are like, but
yeah, man.
That's it.
Big up the real McCoy. He says we want Don back. Big up Don.
Shout out
Don, but you get me, man. Ain't trying to do no 3-hour episodes. You get me
every week.
And also,
like I said, bro, you get me. Like I said, bro, the Black Husam, the Black Hamza. You get me? It just turns into, you get me, a different type of monologue, blood. You get me? Big up Don every time, blood. You understand? All right, where have I got to go? Here. So, lads, I said last night in the chat, in the group chat, that yo pod, you lot was like, all right, cool, but what the fuck are we talking about? So obviously man has found things to talk about, blood. You understand? We're gonna rank every Premier League club's transfer window. Obviously Mr. Runnermouth is leaving early. He would have been last because, you get me, did he even have a transfer window? You understand? Signing man for next year and them thing, there is what it is. But we will be starting with Liverpool Football Club. Now, they were supposed to sign a lot of players, you understand? But they ended up signing Mamadashvili from Valencia for 30 mil, who's gone back. And Federico Chiesa, and this is euros, by the way, 12 million euros from Serie A side, Juventus. Mandem and chat, chat get involved, you understand? How do we rate Liverpool's transfer window? Obviously, Zubi got put in a Zubi blood. You get me? Zubi's in the mountains blood.
I got something I want to say.
You get me? But they did manage to sign Alisson's replacement for next season. You understand? And Mo Salah's replacement as well, blood. You get me? So, what do we rate that out of 10, man?
First of all, I've got something I want to say about Zubimendi.
Don't get me cancelled.
Listen, let me turn my mic up for this one, just in case people can't hear me. Obviously, Real Sociedad agreed to give him a contract. Those contract deals didn't match what they said in rejecting Liverpool ultimately. And Ornstein said that Liverpool still think very highly of the player. And Zubimendi hasn't actually signed the contract yet because of the gentleman's agreement that hasn't been stuck to by Real Sociedad. So I'm just saying, you know,
you could go back in for him.
I'm not saying you know what I'm saying? We could still try and go back in for him. Whether that, I don't know if that will be January or.
No, I hear you. We could do the same thing for Osimhen. So first,
Yeah,
I
like
hear
it's so it's not. I don't think the story is completely dead. That's not me saying we're gonna get the player, but the fact that he hasn't signed a contract for me raises eyebrows. Generally, not even me on doing a jokey thing. For me, it generally raises an eyebrow, and that's not even just for Liverpool. Arsenal could go back in for him. You know what I'm saying? The other teams that were linked to him, Man United, who didn't all the way, but Man United were looking at him at one point. You know what I'm saying? It's a
I think
possibility.
us going in for him depends if we get rid of Fabio Vieira on permanent terms. That's when I could see us,
hear
because
it
we got
because
Moreno.
ultimately he's told all of our clubs the same thing, right? Cool. But at the end of the day, he's now looking at this contract sideways.
So was it a new contract, or was it a thing where he was just willing to give him another year?
No, because his contract ends next year, like this summer.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro.
He's in the last year of his deal.
Yeah, he's got a year left.
He's got a year left, bro. So that's why they need to get him to sign. They've said this, we're going to give you X, Y, and Z, and they ain't giving X, Y, and Z, so he ain't signed yet.
Imagine it ends up with you getting him on a free.
Oh my God.
That would be ridiculous.
Get him on a free. I wouldn't mind that, I wouldn't mind that, because what was you willing to pay? Was it 50 M's? 50 M's or something like that. I don't know what that was. It was around
like 45 or something.
Yeah. So no. The release clause was 56. He had a release clause. But we didn't want to pay the release clause. So, but we was like trying to do the negotiating thing. So, yeah.
How did them negotiations go?
Listen, I was there, mate. Speaking of Anglais. You know what I'm saying? So,
you must have been there, because the deal never got done.
I know. I was there for the Chiesa deal, and that got done. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Listen, but apart from that, the window for me, as I said, as a Liverpool fan, 2 out of 10 for me. 2 out of 10. 1 for Mamardashvili, 1 for Chiesa. 2 out of 10.
Also, after all this talk about Chiesa, this, Chiesa, that,
because Chiesa's a good player, but
so you don't rate the signing. You think it's
no.
You give the signing a 1.
No. As in, no, the Chiesa signing out of 10 is a 7 out of 10 for me. 7.5, depending on where he's going to be played in that. But we're not looking at the signing in isolation. We're looking at the window in isolation. We didn't need Chiesa. We could have done with a Chiesa, depending on the Salah situation. It's one of them ones like
it looks like you do need Chiesa.
Like, bro, man wants dessert
and said
Troops.
It's his last year.
Troops, I want dessert, but like I don't need dessert. Yeah, I don't need the dessert. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 4 meal without dessert.
You do need dessert though, because Salah said he's bouncing next year. He said this is his last year.
No, he didn't. No, and that's where Salah wants to stay at Liverpool. We are the ones who haven't offered him a contract. We haven't offered him a contract.
He's still leaving. It doesn't matter if he wants to stay or not. He's leaving at the end of the season.
This is what I mean. So for me,
that's like me saying, Fabio Vieira wants to stay at Arsenal, but we're trying to sell him, blood. It doesn't matter.
Even so, for me,
it's what the club wants. The club don't want it.
For me, the way I see it, Liverpool's squad was still capable of challenging with the right additions and even winning the league with the right additions. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we didn't sign anyone is the reason why I put Liverpool on this kind of third place little island. And for me, that's not where I want to be. I want to be right there with Arsenal and City. Don't get me wrong, Arsenal had a wobbly start, and everyone's on this questioning Arsenal thing. But I still stick to what I say. Out of a 38-game stretch,
wobbly start, bro. We conceded 1 goal.
Bro, you've drawn at home.
And we've drawn 1 game. Man telling me wobbly start.
Yeah, bro, because I thought you was gonna fly out the line. That's just to the standards I hold. No. That's just
a wobbly start.
We had a wobbly start.
Standards I hold you. That's for me.
We have not had a wobbly start. If we had 2 draws and a win, that's a wobbly start. We had 2 wins,
that's a shit start.
Back-to-back 2-0 wins, back-to-back clean sheets. And then we drew a game.
Remember, Troops, I hold you guys at a
and we drew the game because we went down to 10
minutes. The standard I hold you at a very high standard. This is the thing, higher than what most people hold you guys to, by the way. You guys have lost 1 game in 2024.
Yeah, and we drew 1 game,
Like,
we drew our second game.
I'm just but I don't want to make this. I don't want to make this about Arsenal.
Last season we drew our second game of the season. Fulham 2-2 at Emirates.
Yeah, and I've also made. And if you let
the title, man.
And you guys,
this year we drew up.
If you let me finish what I was actually gonna say, I said
next year will be the 4th.
I said even though people are saying, okay, anyway, the narrative is that Arsenal have been a bit shaky. For me, I believe again, for me, I believe that Arsenal were a bit shaky last season and it clicked for them. So over a 38 game stretch, I ain't really worried about Arsenal. If you guys let me finish what I was going to say, I wrote. So
Yeah, that's your reputation preceding you, fam.
but man, let me finish.
Yeah, but it's your reputation preceding you. We know the
Allow
bullshit
it,
and the
allow it,
cardio.
man. Allow it, man.
Mr.
So-
Runabout.
So my point is that I wanted to be there right with Arsenal and City in the long run. So basically in the running come game week 26/28, them times there. So for me, the fact that we didn't bridge that gap with the two gaping holes in our squad, which is obviously in the 6 and obviously in at centre back for me, because we don't really know what's obviously Joe Gomez is staying now. He stayed, but the situation is still a bit up in the air. Does he leave in January? Does he for his place back in the squad? There's a few question marks. Do you know what I'm saying?
Is he on his last year?
Hmm?
Is he on his last year?
I don't actually know. I think he got 2 years left. He got 2 years left. I don't know. Let me double check. I think he is in his last year. Ooh.
You better sort that out, mate.
Hold on.
Because he'll have suitors. People will be interested in signing him.
No. His contract runs out in 2027.
Oh, that's all right then.
No, he's good. June 30th, 2027. He good. He all right. But yeah, no. So for me, like I feel like the gap isn't that big between Liverpool and Arsenal, but there's still a gap. And the fact that we signing Chiesa doesn't close the gap for me. Like that's why I said the Chiesa signing in isolation is a 7, but in the window in total, if you want to close the gap between the rivals or whoever's ahead of you, I don't think you've done that.
You need to do more. I get that.
Yeah, and I don't think that's crazy to say. So for me, that's why I give the window a 2 out of 10. Underwhelming. If we're talking about, I don't know if the manager counts as the manager selection, counts as our window, then I'd probably up it to a 4, because for me, it looks like if I'm going to give Richard Hughes his name back and not call him Richard Pubes, I'll be honest, it looks like they've done very well with the type of signing of the manager, because there were managers available. It looks like they've done well with that choice. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately it came out that we were the ones that turned down Amorim and, gone for Slot, which actually technically is a bit of a risk in some people's eyes. For me, I already said when it comes to Slot and Amorim, that like people were slandering Slot and glazing over Amorim, but they haven't done too much different in respective to their leagues prior to coming to the Prem or prior to these links this summer. So for me, the board have done well in getting in Slot. It looks like so far they've done well in getting the manager in, but they had to address that centre back and 6 position. I think it's just due to the brilliance of the manager's tactical adaptation techniques again with Gravenberch, Gravy Boat, which I tried to tell you, man, about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we'll have to see how long this Gravy Boat honeymoon period passes and see if he's actually the real deal for the long term. But yeah, 2 out of 10 for me. If you're counting the manager, 4 out of 10.
Would you lot rate it at?
I think 2 out of 10 is fair, to be honest. Like they had their heart set on the whole Zubimendi situation and it fell apart, so I'd be annoyed about that. Chiesa, good transfer, but you really need to see what he does in England. The whole like Mama Don't Kill Me or Mabadashvili or whatever his name is, you didn't even need a goalkeeper like that, so it weren't that deep. Yeah, 2 out of 10 is fair. 2 out of 10 is
Mama
fair.
don't kill me, yo.
I said, Mama Don't Kill Me.
I was trying to learn the pronunciation and everything. But yeah, 2 out of 10 I think is fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think so. I think Chiesa is. I get what Monty's saying when he says Chiesa in isolation is a good signing and the price they got him at as well. But it should have been Chiesa and there should have been more additions. They go and get a DM, and they go and get, say, another centre back, for example, and then you add in Chiesa, that really does bump up their window. So I think Chiesa is a good. I think Chiesa will do well for them. I think Chiesa genuinely will do, as much as I want to be wrong on that. I think Chiesa will do well for them. And it'll be a good, whether it's an impact sub or he starts playing from the left or he plays from the right ahead of Salah at times, which if say Salah gets injured, for example, or needs resting or whatever. So, overall, I think a 2 out of 10 is fair because I think we all knew in regards to our respective clubs what was needed, whether it was 5-6 players or more, whether it was a few players. And I spoke to Mont and other Liverpool fans, and they all mentioned about backup for Salah, all mentioned about needing a 6, all mentioned needing a centre back. And he only got one of those 3 things. So I would say, yeah, that's fair. I'd say a 2 out of 10 is fair.
Mm.
Yeah, I think a 2 out of 10 is fair, blood. You get me?
Mm.
They dilly-dallied in the window. They didn't really... The only real target they had was really Zubimendi, blood. You get me? There wasn't really anything else. There wasn't no.
They were looking at a winger though, so I feel like Chiesa might rise it a little bit. But again, like that's more dependent on the season. And like I feel I'm gonna say that for a lot of the transfers as well, especially when I get to Chelsea section.
That's what I'm saying, because the thing is that can Chiesa stay fit? Can Chiesa?
Oh, but because he's a
Play
squad
in the
player, we
Premier
don't really
League.
have to. You don't really have to like that. It's kind of like the Neto deal for Chelsea. You don't because if they were signing him as a first teamer, then you're more concerned about fitness. But because he is going to be a backup, I don't see him starting. Obviously, if he gets in the side and plays well, maybe he does get ahead of Gakpo and Diaz on the left hand side. However, he's back up to Salah, kind of like Neto with Chelsea, where it's like I don't need you 38 league games. Stay fit for 25, which he can probably do. To be honest, I think that is good business. I think that's one of them transfers we'll look at the end of the season and go, yeah, Liverpool did well with that one.
I'm not sure on the Chiesa signing.
I don't think so. What? Why'd you doubt it?
He's been out for a long time. Like he's played a bit more last season, but he hasn't I ain't seen him ball out since Euro 2020.
See, this is the thing as well, because like
in the Euros,
I remember looking at what
when I was watching him in the Euro, I was not impressed, bro. I was not impressed one bit. There was not one game where I was like, "Raw, Chiesa's cooking." It was Bastone that was impressing me. It was Calafiori that was impressing me. It was more the defensive players in Italy. We're going back to like the back in the day when they had like Maldini, Cannavaro, Nesta, and them and that. Obviously, these men ain't the levels, but it was the defensive players that were impressing me more than the midfielders or the forward players, blood.
Yeah, just to add on to that as well, because I remember we were linked with Chiesa for a little bit too. So I was looking at what Juve fans were saying, because the main reason for him leaving was the contract situation. He wanted more money than what Juve were willing to offer him. Most of Juve fans were saying, cool, we don't want to give him those wages anyway. He's not really playing to a level where we should be giving him those wages. If it was 2020, if it was 2021, calm, give him the money. He's balling out, but now it's like it's the right time to part ways. So I kind of hear that. He obviously has to prove that himself, but as of now, there is a lot of question marks on him.
It's also the price they got him at as well. If he was 60, 70 million adherent, how much was he? 8 million?
Yeah,
10 like that.
It's 12.
Was it 12? Was it not 12
12
million
euros?
12 million euros, so like
that's
just
like
under
8
10 million.
So
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like 9 million.
something.
That's nothing. So if he goes in there and he's just above average, that's money well spent. And I think he will do fine in that system. Like I say, I want to be wrong on this, but I think genuinely he'll do well for them. Because their attack outside of Salah and Jota is not the greatest, and I think he can be a good complement to them.
There's a super chat. There's a super chat from Mamo that I wanted to quickly just address.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could get that up, Troops. It's the second.
Why are you fucking up the flow, blood?
Sorry, man. It's ruffled my feathers a little bit. It's ruffled my feathers.
Blood,
Playing
this
guy turned back, you know. This guy turned.
Look, you're rattled. Look at him. He's rattled. Look, you're rattled. These man send shots at me all day in the chat, and I just sit there like, yeah.
Oh, bro,
This guy,
it's a super chat. It's a super chat. That's why it's a super.
One gunshot took down his whole army.
Wait, I face gunshots all the time.
You never go to war, blood.
I face gunshots all the time, Shoots, man. It says crazy how
dog Mamo every time, blood. You get me? He says crazy how dismissive Liverpool fans were of Slot before the season even started. Now they're loving him after 3 games. How's that rattled you?
No, I'm not saying it's rattled me. I'm just saying from a personal standpoint. That's because Hassan was slot out. Day one, innit? You get it? Day one.
He was. He even said it over here.
Yeah, he was slot out.
But now he's saying that he's supporting him.
Yeah, of course, but my thing was that how can you be slot out when you ain't seen
To be fair to that, I was Arteta out before he became Arsenal manager. I didn't want him as an Arsenal manager.
I'm not in that bracket. Like I just said, cool. You have to give every manager. Obviously, you can say
that's the difference, though. Arteta was coming as a coach,
There was,
the predicament we was in, I was like, brother, Ancelotti's there. What the fuck are we doing?
yeah, there was no. At least
With Slot, it's a lot more different. Husam's
Yeah.
he's moving mad.
You know, he's
Certain man told me they take Potter over
He
Slot.
hates FSG.
He's emotional, yeah. That manager's been there. Their most successful manager 9 years, man. That's the childhood sweetheart, man. That's their first love. So now she's gone. He ain't trying to see any other girl, and it's like, oh, it don't work like that. He's been there almost a decade.
And Flawless, this is what I'm trying to say. There's nothing wrong, bro. If it's a new manager again, you got to give him his dues, give him his chance. And even if you want to only give him 6 months, fine. But at least let him step through the door. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And it wasn't just for Sam. It was other. Yeah, you know, and so Mamo's right. Mamo's right in what he's saying in certain parts of Liverpool fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like certain man weren't happy, but it is what it is, isn't it? But just
and he had a decent resume, though. That's the thing. That's what I don't get. Like I understand.
He had the same resume as Amorim, but because Amorim because Amorim dresses like Arteta and has the VO5 stronghold, man, we're happy with that. Man, we're glazing that. You know what I'm saying? But because man looks like
remember aura, bro. Aura.
This whole aura era. I don't give a fuck what my player looks like. I don't care what my manager looks like. You ain't my gal, and I'm not lying down next to you at night, bro. So I don't care if you look like fucking.
But you gotta remember the intangible.
You could look like Macy Gray. You could look like fucking Lizzo. You could look like fucking prime fucking Edward Scissorhands. I don't give a shit, blood. Yeah, as long as you are doing what you're supposed to do in your job role, you are doing what your job title says, brother. You could have 25 fucking goals, blood.
That's you though. Certain man, it's about how does he look. Certain man, it's about how does he pose. Certain man, it's about how does he look in a suit. Certain man, it's about like what is his facial features like? How is his nose looking?
This is what I'm telling you. Because
has he got a wonky eye? All of that.
Bro, I'm telling you, Slot looks like Kingpin with a double chin, bro. So because of that, man are looking at him sideways. Whereas because
Spider-Man.
Because
I need to see that as well.
And then because go search out Kingpin in it. And then because
fuck off. Piss off, bro. This ain't right, bro.
That's a character.
But because Amorim,
where is it?
Because
man said this, bro. Troops, bring this up, bro. This ain't right, bro.
He's got no neck, blood.
What? That's crazy. That's brilliant slander, though. I'm stealing that.
Just because he looks like Kingpin, man, they want to hear it in it. But just because Amorim wears a denim jacket, he wears Tommy Mallets, and he's got good hair, people are just there for it. You know what I'm saying? People were there for it.
This aura thing is weird, man. I'm telling you,
aura thing's crazy, bro. When realistically, I'm telling you, their actual resumes were so similar. Were so similar. And the worst thing is, Amorim actually plays 3 at the back, and I nearly said Kingpin. So Ali Slot plays 4 at the back. So realistically, Amorim was actually further away. It was more of a different change, a more complete different change in style to what Liverpool would have had to adapt to. You know what I'm saying? We probably would have lost points going into the season just because it was like, man are now having to play a free back when man haven't played a free back in 9 years. Probably more than that. I can't remember the last time Liverpool played a free back. I actually can't remember. You know what I'm saying? So it was actually more stylistically closer to what we needed. But again, aura and madness and that, you know what I'm saying? So
man wanted Poch.
You wanted Poch?
I wanted Poch over Slot.
Oh, who saw? Yeah. Word.
I'm not saying that.
He said that's the only Premier League manager he would take.
Yeah, third best manager in the league when he was
third best manager in the league, according to last season.
Third. So I wanted Mourinho over Slot.
There was argument Mourinho, Sam and Lewis for about 45 minutes on Poch.
That's crazy.
Like me and Flores would literally sit here, and these men would just boom.
That's
until
insanity.
The chat got bored. Until the chat was like, okay, Troops, let's get it to move on. I'll be like, all right, cool, let's move on.
Insanity. Listen, fair enough. You lot, obviously, I've got a shoot in it. You guys should probably do Chelsea next because you guys are going to be here for about an hour and a half, just on Lewis's window.
Yeah, make sure I got every player in here. One sec.
Big up the chat. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I'm nearly at 12K. So you guys want to subscribe? You don't know what to do.
Everyone
subscribe,
sub, bro.
fans.
Everyone sub. Big up, bro.
To that one,
Big up the man. Big up the
good
man.
luck
Bless
today
them,
as
man.
well. You get me? Big up Monts, blood. You understand? Perfect segue. Big up my dog Lee Burnell every time. He says, big up Troops and the man them. Big up Trey, Carter, and the lovely Princess Lily every blood clot time, rude boy. Thoughts and prayers to Jay. Bless. Come on, you guys. Real talk, blood. You get me? All our thoughts are with Jay at this time, blood. You get me? Big up Lee Burnell every time. Big up Mr. Kaplan, my brother. He said, would it be a disaster if Liverpool beat us to the Prem?
Liverpool winning anything is a disaster. Yes.
Liverpool beating us to the Prem after competing 2 years, finishing second 2 years, would be the end.
Don't forget phase 1 slot.
Would be the end of Arteta, blood. Do you get me? I think if Liverpool win the league, Arteta has to be sacked there and there. At the end of the season, it's as simple as that, blood. If City win it and we finish second and we win a trophy, then all right, cool. But if Liverpool was to jump us, and after the gap that it's been over the last 2 years and the new manager, you're fucking mad. You're telling me Klopp could it? You're mad. You're mad. You're mad. You're mad. You're mad. Big up the Herbs, man. He says, maximum respect to Troops and the crew, and super big up to Monts, the young assassin. You remind me of a young Herbs, man, back in the 90s. Herbs, man, you're a real one, blood. That guy's a fraud, fam. You know what I mean? Don't what's the word? Don't disrespect yourself like that, blood. You understand? Big up the Herbs, man, every damn blood clot time. Make sure you subscribe to the Run 'em Out as well, blood. Big up Mr. Hussein. He says, if Arteta and Pep swapped, City would win the EPL.
No, we wouldn't.
I agree with Flawless. I think if we had Pep, we win the league. I think Pep is the true difference. You get me? Obviously, they have better players, but we can get close to them, innit? It's Pep what gets them over the line. You get me? His guidance is what, you get me? Is the big difference.
Would make changes in the Arsenal side. He isn't going into the season with Rice, Jorginho, Partey being his midfield options. We seen it at City. As soon as he's like, he'll make wholesale change. Look at and Pep, one of the best managers ever. People say he's the GOAT. I even argue you down, even though obviously I've got Fergie as my GOAT. He makes changes. We've watched him do this. He demands, and the thing is, boards will give him the quality because they know once he gets players what he can do. This is why you never hear any pushback. Pep getting any pushback on signing players.
Better system, better experience, better individual development, better game management, just better overall. That's it.
He don't get a lot of his transfers wrong still. I can't lie. I can't lie. Big up man Mo again. He says Carlton will beg for Poch in 10 games. Just watch.
Hassam, get off your burner, bruv. Fucking hell, bruv.
I got a burner, yo. You got the burner.
Big up the Chelsea man. He says Arteta to City after Pep.
Nah,
I think it's possible. I think if City come calling and let's say their 115 charges goes better than what we hope it does, I think Pep could be replaced by Arteta. I think Arteta's head could be turned. You get me? Because that's full backing. Every player you want, 9 out of 10 of them, you're getting. You get me?
That'll be hilarious, though. All those years of trying to bet a City and he just goes and joins them instead. Imagine he joins City and then Arsenal in the league.
That would be epic.
That would be crazy.
I think it'll be my man from Girona, Michelle, because that's the same group. I think if he carries on performing at a high level, he'll get the job.
Yeah, because they're owned by City, innit?
Yeah, it's the City group. So I think it will be him. I don't see it being Arteta. I don't think Arteta necessarily leaves.
I think he stays for as long as...
Yeah, I don't think he necessarily...
Not as long as Wenger, but you think he does over 10 years?
I don't think Arteta only leaves Arsenal, in my opinion, because the board decided to sack him. I don't think he resigns or moves.
Yeah.
I think managers mentions this all the time about managers having egos. I think he has a point to prove. I can win the league title here at Arsenal. And he knows if he wins a league title at Arsenal, he goes down as a legend. He brings you your first title in 20 plus years, just the one. Legend.
Our first title at the Emirates as well.
Yes, he's legend, 110%. Legend. Even though it'd be disappointing for you, like if he does nothing after, just that one league title alone. Because that's not a minor, it's not a FA Cup or a League Cup or Europa League, Premier League title. How Liverpool fans look at Klopp I think it'll be very similar for Arsenal fans, I tell.
Just to add to that as well, he's also very comfortable at Arsenal. He's got no reason to leave. He'd have to get kicked out. So either win the league or you're getting booted.
There is not a lot of pressure still. Arsenal. Arsenal boys, you get me. We made moves in the window. Made quite a few late moves. Majority of the moves were late blood, you get me. Calafiori, we got in early, 45 million euros. Mikel Merino came in a week before deadline day, 32 million euros. Obviously, we signed David Raya because he was on loan last year. And then Raheem Sterling was signed on loan and will be paid £10 million from Chelsea to play him. So that was a fantastic deal. No fee as well. And we only paid 10% of his wages. And then we've got Neto on loan as well from Bournemouth for the year. Straight loan, no fee as well. For me, 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 window. Happy with the sales. You get me? The only one I'm not happy with is Smith Rowe. You understand? I did say we should keep Smith Rowe because Smith Rowe would have come in handy right now. You get me? With Rice suspended for the North London derby, Smith Rowe would have been perfect to go into that midfield. He knows the magnitude of the game. He's got previous of dunking on the scum. Now we're looking at a Jorginho Partey midfield on the transition that will get ripped to shreds. You get me? Moreno, good signing. You get me? Calafiori, good signing. Even Neto, to be fair, you get me? As a backup keeper to Raya. Sterling, because of the terms that we got him on, I think that's a good signing. You get me? He's looked good in training. He's looked sharp. I even obviously, because of Lewis being on back again, I got to keep an eye on Chelsea. And I think he done well in pre-season. I kept saying to Lewis, yo, I think Sterling's he's doing well, but coming off the bench, causing problems. Obviously, Lewis felt differently.
No, he's always good off the bench. I'll never write him off for that. It's just, that is it. That is it.
And that's probably the role he'll play at Arsenal. So no issues with that. Straight loan as well. No issues with that. The striker. We were let down again, blood. You get me? And that is going to cost us, blood. You understand? We saw Haaland go through against West Ham and get the hat-trick. Havertz went through and the keeper saved it, blood. You get me? That's the difference. When a clinical out-and-out striker goes through, 9 out of 10 chances he puts away. When our players go through,
I'm surprised you lot didn't hijack the Osimhen deal.
Bro, it's even the Tone deal, because Tone, obviously the wages would have been a problem, but even to just try and step forward, the medical's being done in London. How the fuck are we not stepping forward and trying to
or even before that? Because that was my problem with the whole Tony thing. Man's just sat there for 3 months or no one wanted him.
It's ridiculous, bro. And then even Osimhen, they're saying no fee, you don't have to pay the wages, it's a straight loan. You get me? Everything was, you could
have given him his wages anyway. It still would have fit with your structure. Havertz on 280, you can give him 260 and just be
it's crazy to know that we turned down. Even Osimhen, I was kind of, when they were saying sign him, I was like, I'm not really sure about signing him. If you're saying to loan him and then we can see how he does in the Premier League, see if he's capable of playing here, then maybe.
It just would have had to be loan with obligation. He weren't taking a dry loan.
So but ain't it a straight loan with Gala?
He's desperate now, isn't it? because the whole window closed. But before that, he was sticking on, I'm not going on a dry loan with obligation or permanent transfer.
But that is what is going to cost us. The striker. You get me? The defense is solid. The midfield, it's not solid, blood. You get me? And the front line, you know what I mean? Saka, he's going to be playing majority of the games again. We're going to have to, you get me? It's the way it's looking this season. If Havertz and Saka don't cook in the front line, nothing's going on.
No, I hear it. Like with you guys really should just strengthen the striker position. It's the same thing with us. At least the defense has got better, which brings the number up a little bit, but you didn't need to focus on that. It's the same thing with Liverpool and the goalkeeper thing. Sterling, look, I guess financially it works for you, but it still wasn't something you guys were looking for at the time. Yeah, ultimately just disappointing. Because with you guys, it's more minimal, the things that you need to do. It was just get a striker. You didn't even really need to like strengthen the defense and anything. If you just got the number 9, you lot would have been fine. Didn't do it. So yeah, I hear it. 4.
And that's what pisses me off, because it's not like we need a lot of surgery. You get me? We're not going under the knife and getting a fake bum pause, getting the fake breasts, getting a fucking you get me, the jaw fixed, the fucking cheeks pushed up. You know what I mean? We're not getting that, bro. This ain't a full MOT. You understand? It's minimal work, bro. You get me? Just little tweaks. You understand? It's like it's like when you buy your car and you get me, there's a little dirt on it, blood. You take it straight to the fucking the car wash, bang. You know what I mean? Freshen it up, blood. That's all we have to do is freshen up the team, blood. You understand? That striker, bro, Gyökeres was there. You understand? Whole fucking summer, bro. You get me? These man sent fucking officials out there to check his injury to see if he's okay. Brother, Donny's still scoring. Donny started the season on smoke. You get me? 6 goals, 3 assists. What the fuck? How much more do you need to see, bro? Then you're telling me you're looking at Mbeumo. You mean to tell me you're looking at Brentford players, and the one you look at is Mbeumo?
Wait, you like
Mbeumo's good. Wait, but like Tony,
you lot were actually looking at Mbeumo,
bro.
For real? I didn't know that.
Like Mbeumo, he's not bad, isn't it? You get
that is mad funny, you know.
Like,
no, Mbeumo would actually be a really good move for you guys. It's just
he's a good
Tony,
but he's not Tony.
No, I get.
He's
You
not
need
Tony,
both.
blood. How you getting Brighton? Sorry, not Brighton. How you getting Brentford and not picking up Tony?
That's crazy.
You're
like,
going.
You guys should have been offering Nketiah and like maybe Smith Rowe or something, and then trying to get Tony
crazy,
and Mbeumo.
That's like, that's like going to Wolves and you don't get Neto and you pick up like another one of their attackers, and their attackers are not bad.
It's like on Kuala Guedes instead or something.
You go get the Korean guy, for example. Neto's there. Who's not bad, but he's not Neto. Lewis,
you're not Neto, bro.
How pissed would you be if you went and got a Wolves attacker and it wasn't Neto?
Nah, no, bro.
See what I'm saying, Lewis?
I had no idea that you lot was looking at Brentford players and it was Bravo. Yeah, that's a piss. Yeah, that's Liberties. That is, yeah.
And then Edu comes with his bullshit. Then, yeah, let me tell you why this man's a fucking absolute fraud, yeah? Let me tell you why now, yeah? Let me tell you why, blood, yeah? This fucker, yeah, actually came out and said that, it wasn't a plan to sign Sterling. We wasn't interested in Sterling. What happened was we looked at the squad and then we thought, maybe this is something that we can do. Brother, I told man on deadline day, that was the whole thing. I said to man, bro, Sterling is panic, pure panic, bro. This was never on the cards. Yeah, this was never on the cards, bro. You get me? Reece Nelson is the reason why that deal has happened.
I think we offered you Sterling, if anything.
And we turned it down straight away, bro. We were like, nope, don't need Sterling, none of that. Thanks for the call, but you get me, blood. Go call someone else, blood. You understand? Go call Man United or something, but we're not interested.
We tried that too.
Blood.
Yeah, exactly. We do sensible business now, man. We don't do that.
These men are telling me, Reece Nelson blatantly said, yo, Edu said to them, Reese, yo, these men are interested. Ipswich, Fulham. Reese has said, yo, I need game time, bro. I want to play. You get me? I'm at the age where I want to kick ball, bro. I'm going on loan, bro. You get me? Then he's had to say to Arteta, yo, we're gonna lose Reese as well. Jesus is injured. Martinelli's out of form, and the other striker we finally got rid of, blood. You get me? So we're down to the bare bones now, bro. We got Saka, Havertz, and fucking Trossard, blood. You get me? So they've looked at it now and they said, okay, cool. You know what? We're gonna get in fucking Raheem Sterling, blood. So the whole big up Sterling as well, Marvelly, Gaza, we said, West Miliband, Kingston 20, Nart West, all of that, blood. But Sterling in 2024 is not the signing that is going to excite me on deadline day, bro.
That's right. I fully hear you.
Can't even try banter with that one. Yeah, Fairs.
It was one of those, like, you could see without them even saying it, Sterling was never on the cards. It was just because he became available. All right, let's get Sterling on, and he became available.
He knew Arteta would flipping be on it. He come on there, dude. That's my guy. Bring Raheem.
I had you don't want to handle that well
at City. I will get the best out of Raheem. You see what I do with Kai? I do the fucking same with Raheem, guys. What? Raheem is going to cook, guys.
You guys also handled it pretty well too, because you rejected the initial offer and then dragged it till deadline day when we were desperate and we just needed to get rid of him. So you got him on good terms. So to be honest, you handled that situation well.
The only thing I'll give Edu credit for is getting us 10 mil to play him. We're basically eating off this deal. You get me? Chelsea are paying his wages.
You're paying less wages.
We're paying 10% of his wages, bro.
Not 10%. You're paying 100k and we're paying the rest.
So what's his wages?
He's on 325.
Okay, so we're paying like 20%, 30%, bro. That's nothing, blood.
And we're paying the majority, but it's like we're not paying you, we're paying him more because we can't have to.
So it's like we're like fair play for the deal, innit? You get me? But that's not what is going to take us over the line. Sterling is not going to close the gap to Man City, bro.
Nope.
It doesn't.
He might be good for the cup, though. Might help you get a Carabao or something.
Neto's fucking cup tied for the Carabao, blood. So I don't.
Yeah, I mean that was just stupid. Like, what was the point?
Yeah, I don't think we'll be in that long, blood.
You needed a goalkeeper. We got like 10 of them.
Depends on the draw, though. Like, if Arsenal get a favorable draw, you'll be in the cup for it.
We got Bolton.
Yeah, so you'll get past Bolton.
Yeah, it's at Emirates as well.
Yeah, if you continue to draw lower league opposition, you'll get through. Now, if you draw a Premier League side and you make changes, that's when it changes. Say you get a Brighton, say you get a Brentford, or a team like that, or Wolves. Or obviously, you drew Liverpool, I know, in the FA Cup last year. So we
got West Ham last year in the Carabao.
Yeah, West Ham, teams like that. Any Premier League side who is not battling relegation is going to play a strong side, or strong-ish side. And you lot will make changes because we know Arteta don't, unless he decides to start taking the cup competition serious, domestic cups. So yeah, it's draw dependent.
So what do you lot rate the window? I'm saying 4.
Who did you get? Calafiori, Sterling,
Moreno,
and Neto.
Yeah, Neto the goalkeeper. Yeah, because it wasn't what you needed. You mentioned it already about you didn't need surgery. Everyone could see clear as day what Arsenal needed. Go get a central midfielder, go get a striker. I do think Calafiori is a good signing. Sterling, like the Chiesa one, Sterling's, it should have been in addition. If it was Sterling and players and like it was a striker.
Yeah, like Sterling and a striker, that would have been calm.
Yeah, that's it. So I think a 4 is about fair because it wasn't bad, but it was underwhelming. Did you say it's below average? So I think a 4 is fair.
Man United. You lot went ham.
We did. I was looking at it like beforehand. As soon as we started the show, when Mon started talking, I just went to the transfer market to see the incomings and are we counting outgoings in this, or is it just incomings?
No, just
both.
Okay. Is it just incomings? Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah, you can do out as well. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Because we've done well on the outgoings.
Yeah.
Euro, 62 million euros. Ugarte, 50 mil. Delit, 45. Xerxes, 42. Mazraoui 15. And then obviously Sancho, you'll get 25 for that next year. Greenwood's gone.
Yep.
Van der Beek's gone.
Yep. McTominay left. Aaron
McTominay's gone.
Kambawala, Hannibal, Palestri, Alvaro Fernandez.
The youngers I'm not really worried about. That's the one I was thinking of. McTominay.
Yeah, McTominay as well. Very
How would
good
you
window.
rate your window flawless?
Very good window. Was super impressed. Not only with the players we brought in, the prices. Because even I was looking at it here, when you look at it because all of a sudden we started doing euros when some, not you, but like when some transfers are reported and we look at it in pounds, it's good business. Got all our players in for under £200 million. And that is something that myself, many other Manchester United fans, other rival fans have criticised Manchester United with Manchester United tax. Manchester United tax has been a thing because of Manchester United. And as much as I've criticised Ineos, they've done very well in the transfer window. Super surprised in regards to the players we brought in, the fees we brought them in, the speed in which we did most of the deals as well. The only the outgoings was very good as well. The only criticism I have in regards to the incomings was not getting enough, and that's because we were so far away. So even bringing in the 5 players we did all make sense. Delit, Mazzarari, Yoro, Agate, Xerxes, all make sense. There's not one of them I look at where I go, yeah, that price ain't it, or that player doesn't improve us. All very good. Outgoings as well. It's just the fact that we were so far short. But overall, I give it a 7. Give the window a 7. I really like our window. We just didn't do enough at the top end of the pitch. We did need another midfielder, which ties into us going forward. Did need another striker, did need another winger. But if we would have got those 3, that makes it a 10. So I can't remember the last time I looked at a window and said, yeah, very good window. Because I had more doubts over even the first window we did where we got in Martinez, we got in Casemiro, got in Eriksen, Anthony. I thought that was a good window, but Anthony I was unsure, and I thought Eriksen, Casemiro, very good signings. Martinez I didn't know too much about. I know more about a Delit, for example, than I did a Martinez at the time. And even the games Delit's played so far, done well. Same with Mazzarari. You're a wait to see because unfortunately he got injured. Agate I think will do fine as well. And Xerxes had positive impact in what is in dire straits in regards to our attack. So yeah, overall, good window. And if we can have another window like this next summer, the team will be in an even better place. So yeah, I like the windows overall.
I'm thinking more 6, if anything. Like, you guys did have a good window in terms of incomings. Still kind of think you could have done a bit more with the outgoings, but I also do need to give you guys a bit of a benefit of the doubt because your wage structure is a mess, which is part of the reason why it's going to take you so long to do those outgoings. Obviously, keeping Ten Hag as well, I think also plays a part too. Sancho, I don't really think you got it the best possible terms. I think it could have been a bit more incentivized for more money, depending on how well the season goes.
With the Sancho thing, that's the only bad deal we did because I have no issue with Manchester United getting rid of Sancho. It should have just been done earlier. Because 1, we could have then got more money for him, and 2, more importantly, replacement. Because we needed it, even with Sancho in the team and in the squad, we needed another attacking player. We needed another winger. We still needed another striker. But now you've weakened an already very weak area. And that's the only criticism. But if someone say that's the only mistake they'll make, I go, yeah. McTominay leaving because he was one of the bigger earners. Also,
if we're saying extensions, the Bruno extension's also a bit of a wild one.
Oh, yeah. But that ties into, that's not transfer. That just ties into the foolishness we've been doing in regards to keeping the manager. That's the part of Ineos I don't like. When it comes to managerial and things of that nature, totally against them. But in regards to transfers, I don't really have complaints. Martial and Varane left 2 of our biggest earners. Manchester United,
I hear it. I wouldn't drop lower than a 6. I don't think it's been a bad window for you guys.
That's what it is. And I think the bright lights this season already have been our new signings. In what's been a very bleak start, it's been Mazzarari, it's been Delit, it's been Xerxes. They've been 3 of our, the bars on the floor, but they've been 3 of our better players and 3 of the more shining lights. Like, take those 3 out, Diallo. It's pretty much it, to be honest. Ain't really been too much else. That's what I'd
Here.
say.
Nah, I hear it. All right, I think you guys would have had the best window out of everyone in the
Yeah,
group.
it's just
anyway.
like I said, we were just so far. That's why I can sit here and say, yeah, 7, but we still not doing anything of note because we were much more than 5 players away with this manager. Now, if it was a new manager, whole different conversation. Because as much as I don't rate these players and this team overall, this team ain't that bad. It's not 8 for the minus goal difference, bad. It isn't that. It isn't horrible. It's not as much as I criticize.
I hear that.
It's as much as I criticize the attack. Yeah, it's not horrible. The attack can do, but I don't rate Spurs' attack. But yeah, Ange gets a tune out of it. I don't rate their attackers like that. Like take out Madison and stuff.
The Liverpool game's the perfect example of it.
Exactly that, man. Tells you all you need to know, man. Tells you all you need to know. That's it. You don't need to
live and die. The manager makes or breaks a team. I saw a 9th place Chelsea team go win the UCL in 3 months. Like just off a manager alone.
Manage because like Surface states it all the time, like coaching matters. And yes, of course, when you're going to the very, very top, in particular talking Premier League, you need that individual quality to then get you over the top. But it's a system game. Football never before more, and it's going that way until somebody wins and it's individual mavericks, it's system, it's profiles. And we have profiles and players to do better. The crazy part is this manager himself has done better. He's in terms of league. This is why we finished 3rd. He implemented a system and a way of playing. And it got us fair place. It got us the League Cup. And then they just went to complete absolute shit the 2nd season. It's like, and even then, we still managed to win the FA Cup. Because them games, they put it together. Actually put our game plan and we put it together and managed to pick up an FA Cup. So it goes to show that it's quality there. You don't win 2 trophies in 2 years with absolute, but the league is the bar that shows you where you are. And when you look at our record, it's like I'm talking about. Oh yeah, United can win 2 out of their next 3 games, win 5 in a row. We won 5 in our last 18 league games. What are we doing? People realize how bad it is. How bad it is.
Still can't believe man was saying 80 goals.
Yo, man was saying they are looking at me like I was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was in the alternate. Hey, all right, sure. You know what I'm saying? Bet.
Whatever level of opium that is, I need that.
Yeah, I didn't need the 3 games. I didn't need the Fulham game. I didn't need the Brighton game and the Liverpool game to show me, oh, United are kind of short, you know. Because it's pretty much, even with the additions, it's still the same team. And you mentioned it already there, Lewis. Manager is key and important. That's why already you got the reports coming out, and I'm paraphrasing about Ineos are underwhelmed with his style so far and are looking for improvements. And it's like, surely this was conversations beforehand. Surely there was an idea and clear guidelines of how Manchester United were going to play. So either he lied to you or you didn't set it up clearly or what. It just sounds very amateurish. This don't happen anywhere else. And these are intelligent individuals at the highest level of the game. And we're having these conversations game week 3. It's like, so I don't trust. I said from the jump, I don't trust these men. Really don't.
Trust is on.
Yeah, but transfer window, whoever's on that side of things, job well done, 100%. In terms of incomes, outgoings as well, it's the most United have ever earned in a window. So props to them. Anybody in the Premier League window?
I'm with Lewis. I give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I think you dragged the Agate deal to the end when you could have got it done a lot quicker. I think the Sancho deal, 1 minute he's staying, 1 minute he's going, 1 minute he's staying, 1 minute he's going. It was all up in the air. The fee, 25 million, that's ridiculous, bro. You get me? It's a lot like the Ramsdale deal with us when we got like 19 million for Ramsdale. It's a fucking joke, bro. You get me? But you did bring in reinforcements where you needed it in the front line, in the midfield, in the defense. So yeah, for that reason, I'd say 6 for Man United.
That's fair. I'd say the Agate deal, we did to PSG what Chelsea did to us in regards to we had to drag it out because of the price they was looking at. Because they wanted what they paid for him. We ended up getting him for, was it 50 million euros? Yeah, it was 50 million euros.
Yeah, 50 million euros.
Yeah, they was looking like 60s. They was talking about 60, 70 million. I think that's the only one. And Chelsea dragged it. I've seen reports saying Chelsea waited with Sancho to the last day because they knew they had to get rid of him. Like once you got an unhappy player on your books, clubs are smart enough to know that when you're the A side, make them pay. And I'm not happy about the Sancho deal. That's like I said, that's the only issue I have. Was we could have got
I'm
more.
even going to a direct rival.
They like, and let's kill this dead. They're not our rivals. They're not our rivals. We are not top 4 rivals to anybody. Let's cut this shit. People say this. Oh, we can't sell him to. We are not a top 4 side, people.
Chelsea ain't top 4 side.
And we are not a top 4 contending side.
Chelsea ain't a top 4 side.
So rivals for what we saying 6 then?
Yeah,
we're saying our rivals for 6. All right, cool. I have no issue with that. I can't believe that's a conversation. If they're not a top 4 side, cool. So we're saying rivals for 6th, 7th, 8th.
Yeah, Chelsea in the top 4 side right now.
All right,
maybe next season.
We're competing for top 4.
Where do you have Chelsea finishing right now? Then Troops.
I told you. I think.
Nah, I forgot. I'm asking again.
Where did I put Chelsea? I put them out the top 4.
Nah, because I think when we last spoke about this, the window hadn't closed. So I think there's been additions and movements.
I'd still put Villa in the top 4.
Nah, that's fair. So where do you have Chelsea is the point I'm making.
I think
You got 3 games now. Where do you have us finishing?
Where do you have Manchester United as you think about that?
United, I've got like 8th.
Okay, and
I had you lot higher. I had you lot at like 5th. But now I'm like, nah, 8th, blood.
And when I told you 7th, you looked at me
when
crazy,
you said
like,
7th, I was like, what? Because I said 5th, I think, with United. But I'm like 8th with United. Chelsea, I'm probably like 7th.
Okay.
7th.
So
Man said 7th. Oh,
no, you know what? No, 6th. Because I think Newcastle and Villa will finish above you, and you'll finish above Tottenham. So I think, Chelsea 6th, Tottenham 7th, United 8th.
All right, you know what? As much as I disagree, I can't even argue against Newcastle and Villa. They're the 2 clubs that worry me too.
Them 2, I think, yeah.
So
I think,
hypothetically, we're saying we sold him to a rival, they're 8th, and you've got them 6th. So
but you're battling. It's not going to be like, you get me, some like 10, 12 point differentiate between 6th and 8th. It's going to be like 4 points, but they're 6th, and you're 8th.
Yeah. Cool, but the point I'm making is
1 game. So it's probably what will determine it is the Man United Chelsea fixtures. That will determine
It's just
big a gap.
People say
if they slap you home
like
and away, it's 6 points. If you both win 1, it's 3. It's going to the last day of the season, but they're finishing 6th. You're finishing 8th, lad.
But people say like it's rival thing, and we're saying 6th and 8th. You know what I'm saying? Or 5th and 6th, or 4th.
But 6th and 8th is this like you are rivals, blood.
Yeah, but it's look where we at though. Yes, call us rivals cool. Call us rivals cool, but we're talking about 6th place. Not even 4th place, we're talking about 6th. This is why I'm not fussed about Sancho going there. If it was the difference between us winning the league and not winning the league, I'd hear it. Other than that, I'm not 4th place to an extent. 6th. We're talking Europa League, like, all right. Sure, mate, I'm just different. Like, I'm just not gonna be like, oh, we sold him to a rival. Rivals for what? What are we fighting over? 6th place.
Nah, get me out of that race.
It's where we're
I'm doing race for Champions League, not Europa.
You know what I'm saying? United fans, let me know in the chat, please. I'm sure someone will super chat and say what we fighting over. This is why when people were saying that, top 4 rivals, we are not a top 4 side. You didn't know this. We are not a top. We are not.
Yeah, you lot are mid-table.
Because we are not. We are closer to mid-table than we are top 4. Put it that way. What are we doing? Depending on points and what teams do around us, man. This manager gotta go.
Big up Mr. Kaplan again. He says, Troops, can y'all talk about Arsenal's ticket prices, please? Why is it so hard for fans coming from abroad? Balon is a joke. I spent over $2,800 for 10 games last season. Bro, since we've become good again, I don't know what's happened. Like, before Rona, Wenger days, bro, you could get tickets were all going for face value. You get me? So however much it would cost is how much you would buy. Now, people are just buying them in bulks and then selling them on these websites for crazy money, blood. You get me? And people need to stop buying tickets from these websites because that's the only way you're gonna stop it, blood. You get me? Is stop feeding these man pause. You understand? You can't be putting money in these man's pockets because they're gonna keep doing it. That's you lot are funding what they're doing, blood. You get me? So it might sound mad, but if you can't get the ticket for face value, or let's say for example, it's Arsenal, Tottenham, yeah. Away tickets have all been capped at £30 now. Every away ticket, no matter what ground it is £30. Back in the day,
In the European caps,
say that again.
there's new European caps for away games this season. I think Champions League is a £60 cap or €60. Europa's 40 and Conference League is 20.
Because back in the day, the club would determine how much the ticket was. So United away back in the day would be like 70 quid. Tottenham would be around that as well. You get me? Champions Leagues, it could waver from. I remember we went to Basel and the ticket was £12, and then we went
them
to
Spanish away days, bruv.
we went to
They violate.
how much? I think Bayern was like 86 quid or something.
So them too. All right, cool. Because Dortmund was like €16 for me last season.
Nah,
season
Bayern
before.
jumped. Like even when we went Barcelona was like 70 quid or something, blood. 75
Yeah,
quid
that
or
sounds
something
about
like that.
right.
You get me?
The Spanish clubs are notoriously, they give you big pricing for group stage games.
Yeah, they're wankers, bro. They're wankers.
Germany, I thought they'd be cheaper though. That's crazy.
You would as well because they bring them signed to England saying
Yeah, and they got the
Waver
50+1 rule too.
Yeah. But when I went 2016, the 5-1, it was like 70 something quid for like 80 quid for the ticket, bro. Some stupidness, blood. But in the Premier League, they've capped it now to 30 quid. So let's say a Tottenham ticket, let's say you paid 130 for the ticket. That's all right. You get me? They put a bills on top. That ain't too bad. It's a North London derby. You have to think of it as well like that. The magnitude of the game, how in demand the ticket is, how difficult the ticket is to get as well. Because they say if you get a North London derby away, that's the magic ticket, blood. You get me? Needle in the haystack.
Gold dust.
You know, yeah, literally gold dust, bro. So you're gonna have to like, you get me? Be smart with what you pay and know that if it's a category C game, bro, this ticket is being sold on at face value for fucking 40 quid, blood, and then man are paying 2 bills and everything there for it. So, like, for example, Nottingham Forest at home, you'll see man paying 300 quid for a ticket. I'm like, what?
That's mad.
And it's not even hospitality. You're in the fucking gods. You're not even lower tier on. I mean, it's crazy, but
Crazy, bro.
That's the only way that we're gonna stop it, blood. You get me? And the club needs to like sort out this Balon system, because since this thing came in, it's just an absolute fucking wind up. Like it just fucks up the stadium. You're not sitting with people that you know, like you'd go every week, and every week you knew who was sitting there, who was sitting there, who was sitting there. You knew. Like now you go, it's some random youth this week, some random woman next week, some whatever they identify as this week, a fucking dog that week. You fucking know, blood. You understand this?
That's what scares me about Chelsea, because like we might be doing that soon. I prefer it just the way it is with the normal VWR. I don't care. But also on ticket price, I want to say Villa are an absolute disgrace for the way they handle the Champions League thing. I said it's the first time they've been to UCL in ages. 90 quid even for Category 4 games. That is rough.
That is a disgrace, blood. That is a disgrace, because Arsenal, Tottenham, an adult ticket at Emirates would cost you 90 quid. That's Category 1.
Is that like members or like the season ticket averages?
I think it's season ticket.
Because a season ticket for us, I think it's like 42 quid a league game now. I think it comes down to
when I had my season ticket, Cat 1s were 90 quid. Cat 2s were 70. And then Cat 3s were 45.
I think for us, like the Matthew Harding stands like 60 to 75, depending on the game. For members, for season ticket holders, average is 42 quid a game.
The money they're trying to price out the real fans, blood. Like, you know what I mean? And just get the prawn brigade, the prawn sandwich brigade in there.
It's only a matter of time, because every time I complain about English prices when I'm on my panel, my panelists will come in like, shut your mouth, you're lucky you're in England. It'd be like 200 quid minimum.
It's
in
real
America.
talk, because when I went, me and Lily went to a basketball match at MSG, Madison Square Garden, and I paid $800 for me and her.
The latest super chat. In fact, just as I say it, same thing.
$800 I paid for me and her, bro, and we was like row 16, like lower tier row 16, but it was like 420 quid for $420 each for a ticket, blood.
Bro, hate or love it, that's the way football's going.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like even me and Jetski
No
went
way.
went to the NFL, went to an NFL game, and I paid £150 for a ticket, blood.
And also for everyone who's like, oh, why do you constantly do US tours? There you are.
Yeah, and even the US tours, they were doing the Arsenal. So last year, my Arsenal ticket cost me $225. That was for one game. I went to all three, blood. So it was like 600 on tickets.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, bro. America, they take even more of the piss. Like when you buy like they don't have like spirits in the ground. They just have like beer in it. So like they have like Bud Light, which is an American one, and they have fucking Budweiser, and they have Heineken. Brother, man got a fucking can of Heineken, like a pint of Heineken in a can, yeah. Brother, $25.
No.
$25 fucking
I
dollars.
thought you were gonna say 15 or something. That's nearly
$25 blood. And then I got that's when I met Staffy, because I was in the beer queue, and then I paid $25, and I went to the other queue. I got like a packet of crisps in it, bro. $10 for a packet of crisps, and it's not even.
You know what? I'm glad they ain't got
not even like
spirits.
the big
Imagine how much
packet.
that would be. A
Bro,
double
they
would be like
pay-
40 quid.
For what?
A double would probably be like 40 quid if they had
Yeah.
spirits.
Bro, let me tell you something. When I was in New York, yeah, me and Lily went out, yeah. Bought a round, yeah, me and her. I bought a Henny and Coke. I got her a vodka, and I think it was vodka and lime, like vodka and lime soda. She does some next mix, blood. You get me? Brother, when the waitress come back with the bill, yeah, 2 doubles, yeah, $95.
Jeez, $95 for two doubles.
$95, bro. 95 blood clot dollars. Brother, a bottle of Hennessy costs $50 in the off license, blood. In the liquor store.
Not in the store.
In the store, it costs $50 for the bottle, blood. I'm paying 90 something. And I remember in America, you have to tip, blood. That's without tip, bro.
I'll be so real, man. I've never felt more patriotic in my life. Viva England, all of that. Oh, this is crazy.
Bro, it's mental, bro. America.
This is mad.
America's different, blood. I'm telling you, lot, blood. When you go America, make sure you go out there with like 10 bags, bro. Big man thing. Big up Roshan. He says, Man United look like Arsenal under Ljungberg right now, but gotta be real. Ineos will get it right in the next few years. Have faith, flawless. Big up Lewis.
Up the Chelsea.
Yeah, they might stumble across the right manager, and then we in business, but they got to stumble across the right manager.
Big up my family, Lee Slims every damn time, blood. He says, big up the man them. Arteta and Edu missed the trick not getting a striker. At United, Erik ten Hag will break these new players, and whatever rating you give, you have to -3.
Yeah, we know the Ten Hag impact or negative impact. However, it's like I'm still going to give the players, like, that's not on the players. Yes, I'm not saying they have a 7 out of 10 impact, but is there a 7 out of 10 window? Yeah, 100%. I'm thinking beyond the manager, because eventually he will get sacked.
They got Lee Slims again. He says, people hit the like button, you bunch of frauds. Hit that blood clot like button. Subscribe to the man them as well. You get me? Link in the bio. Big up Roshan again. He says, gonna smoke Villa and Newcastle this year so bad they need to be mentioned in lowercase. Lewis.
All right. Up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea. It's on another tab.
Big up Jarek. He says, it's crazy how y'all talking about prices, because in the US, it's way more. I paid $500 US for an NFL game. NBA playoff for Miami Heat was $1,000+. See what I'm saying? I paid $800 to go MSG. And then I said to you, like, I paid $150 to go see the New York Jets. But you get me?
Mad. Yeah, the ticket
prices
prices
in Miami, blood.
Crazy. Yeah,
it's Mazza. America. Hey, they're fuckers, blood. Big up man like Andy, the OG Queens in the building. He says, in American soccer games are joke prices. I pay $1,250 for me and my gal tickets, copper, semi, and pause. And had to use my savings to go MetLife, scumbag. Fucking hell. That's crazy, blood.
So that's
Man
1,000.
said 2 tickets, 1,200. Yeah, that's mental.
Yeah.
That's like fucking 550 a ticket, blood. That's mad.
That's ridiculous.
Big up Jarek again. He says, yeah, man, American blood clot teeth. Trust me, dog. Real pussy clot teeth, them. Big up my doggy, Cam.
Big
He
up,
says,
Cam.
Big up the man, them. I'm in Northwest today. Jeez, come on, you're back home, blood. You get me?
Okay.
Back in the zones, blood. It's been a minute, fam. You understand? You smell that Northwest air, blood. Yes, yeah, me. It's not like that country air you've been smelling, blood. You get me? Lewis. Chelsea. Your favorite time of the season. You get me? This is when Chelsea turn into the dominant force back like it was the early, or should I say the late 2000s. You get me? Hella signings for Chelsea. Sancho on loan. You got Tosin on a free. Gui for 6 million euros. Obviously, this is all euros. Caleb Wiley, 10 mil. Vega, 14 mil. Ansel Mino, 16 mil. Penders, 20 mil. Jorgensen, 24 mil. Dewsbury Hall, 35 mil. João Felix, 52 mil. And Pedro Neto, 60 million. You got rid of Matson, Sterling, Lukaku, Ugu Chukwu, Broha, Lewis Hall, Chalaba, Kepa, Zaish. Yeah, they're the main ones.
Oh, yeah, and Gallagher Greyhound.
Oh, yeah, and Gallagher. Dog.
Yeah, okay, just wheel up one more time. Still waiting for the riot and all of that, but we moved.
Yeah. What happened to the Balon?
I don't know. Maybe they'll just recycle it and make it the Gilchrist or Broyer or somebody else they want to milk off from our
Hey,
academy.
Broha gone? Or is it loan?
Loan. So
Okay.
they'll be moaning about him next season. Or Chalaba.
know
Well, where's our Chalaba banner? He actually won something with us, but yeah,
I really want to know
whatever.
what happened to the banner, man. For real.
In terms of the window, I'm a bit between a 5 and a 6 because I like our outgoings. I like that we've strengthened our attack. I'm really happy with our attacking depth. We have addressed areas. It's just there's a lot of question marks. And like that's why I feel like I'm leaning a bit more towards a 5. And also ultimately, we didn't get the number 9 that we were looking for. And that's still an L in the market regardless. So I don't know. Like there's a lot of positives, there's a few negatives, there's just more question marks. Jorgensen, don't know what his level's going to be at with us yet. Tosin, don't know what his level's going to be at with us yet. Same thing for Mark Hiu. Same thing in terms of Neto, Felix, and Sancho. Like we've strengthened our attack. That's a much better core to deal with than the stuff that we've had over the last 2 years. But I still needed the 9. The number 9 would have been the cherry on top. So I don't know. Can I say 5.5? Can I say that? Yeah. I'll probably go 5.5 because I can't say it's been a great window, but it's not been a bad window either. Just too many holes, too many question marks.
What did you not get that you really needed? What did you not
A
get
9.
that you needed? The striker. Anything else or just the striker?
The centre back and the goalkeeper we've strengthened, but it's like we don't know what level they're at yet.
Yeah, you haven't really leveled up.
That's the thing. Too many. Like if Jorgensen balls out, great. The window looks a lot better. Tosin balls out, it looks a lot better. I don't know that yet. They've only played Conference League minutes. They had one good game and one bad game. So it's just not enough to go off with them. And I think that's ultimately why I can't rate it too high because there's still just too many question marks attached to it. But also, that's why I don't want to rate it too low because I don't want to be like, we've just hired bums and everything. Like they're not all going to develop and hopefully get better. It's just question marks. Too many questions.
I'd say I'd give it a 5. That same reason. I think you've really improved in the front line. I think the Dewsbury Hall signing is an astute signing. I think that's very astute, blood. You get me? I think later on in the season, people will see that was a.
I hope so.
That was a smart signing, blood. You get me?
Because he's already getting ripped by our fan base because he's a Gallagher replacement. So I really hope he does.
Bro,
Yeah,
every time he
Every time he loses the ball, they're chanting for Gallagher in Stamford Bridge.
Oh, man.
Every time.
Yeah.
It's not
Ain't he
even
a
an
bit
English
young as
guy,
well?
he's English. What?
Ain't he young as well? Like, ain't he like 23s?
He is 25 actually.
Oh shit, he's older than what I thought.
Yeah, so like he's not had a good start, I'll be real, but like the fan base have been on to him from minute one. So I hope he improves a little bit, and you'll have Conference League minutes. So if you don't turn things around in sooner or later, maybe they're justified in it. Maybe.
I think where you didn't improve is the goalkeeper area. You didn't improve. Defensively, I don't think you improved as well too much. You get me?
I know, because Vega's looked like a good transfer. That's what I will say. Even just from the limited minutes I've seen of him, he hasn't done anything to like ring any alarm bells. He's actually just been very consistent. So I'm happy with him so far. Tosin, one good game against Servette, one bad one. There's nothing to go off with that one at all.
Izazi's been a disaster. Badia Shield's been even worse.
Disasi was played at right back, so I haven't really got too much to say with him. But Badia Shield, bruv, I've been defending you for the last year, man. Stop, fix up, because that Servette performance away is one of the worst defensive performances I've ever seen, ever from an individual player. So he's got to pattern up. But ultimately, just too much question marks. I'm just glad, like Sterling, we've tried to. Even the Sterling one wasn't great, to be honest. All that energy we did to getting rid of him, we did it too late. Why don't you do that at the start of the window? Be like, you're not good enough. You're not going to be in our team. Go find the club. Simple as that. We waited until the first match day to decide to grow some balls and to just drop him. And now it's led to us having to loan him to Arsenal and pay the majority of his wages, which, like, I like that Sterling wants to leave, but could have done this a month or two ago and maybe just found a club. Now it's the whole panic run thing, and you just let yourself be open for Arsenal to drag it to deadline day and get a favorable deal. So even that one's like not great. So yeah, it's just 5.5. I think 5.5 just.
Flawless.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much fair, to be honest. Because I was thinking about it, because you have done good business in regards to the players you brought in top end of the pitch. Of course, Neto. And then, of course, you look at the likes of Felix as well. I think Dewsbury, he seems like he'd be a decent player for you lot as well. But you mentioned it there, spine of the team, goalkeeper, centre back, striker, key areas, key areas. Even though I think Chelsea will have a good, even though I think you lot will have a good season, it's just more so the top end of the pitch. I think you lot will just outscore teams. You scored plenty of goals last season, and you've added to that. So look here, go, yeah, and obviously that's adding in the likes of Lavia back into the side as well. So yeah, I think a 5 is fair. I think a 5.
Yeah,
I think a 5 is fair.
5.
I think a 5.
So someone in the chat saying we were waiting for Maresca with the whole Sterling situation. No, we weren't. We were trying to get rid of him the entire summer. We only accelerated it when Neto joined, because Neto does the same thing Sterling does, play on both wings. So as soon as we got him, we said, Sterling, now you're just not in the squad. So that's it. It was only because we got Neto. If we didn't get Neto, he'd still be in our first team.
And he wouldn't be at Arsenal. Big up Kurt Chaos, my G. He says, I guess Australian prices aren't too bad. Average AFL game is £35. I did pay $550 for my Elimination Chamber ticket at the same ground. Rotted.
$550 for the wrestling too.
That's crazy. $550. Well, to be fair, there was a guy sitting next to me at WrestleMania. He paid $2,500 for his ticket.
Jeez.
Even then, at least that's a WrestleMania. I remember I paid like 60 quid for my Clash at the Castle ticket.
Good seat.
Yeah, well, it was meant to be in the cheap seats, and then we got moved down to a better spot.
There you go.
Just by chance. But even then, like, even in the cheap seats, I'll take that. View's still calm.
Trust me, because you can see clear. Big up Southpaw, my brother. Southpaw is back again, blood. You understand? He says, back again, gang, locked in on Friday. And troops, we are fucked this summer. Same old Arsenal back again. We are worried on September, plus one injury to flop this year. Bro, we let a lot go in the midfield and we didn't bring in enough. You get me? And we didn't reinforce the strike force adequately enough. You get me? We added Sterling, but you get me? There's no icing on top of the cake. There's no cherry on top of the cake, blood. You get me? It's not even a cake, blood. It's a muffin. You get me? It's a chocolate muffin, blood. You understand? A bit like Southport every time, blood. You get me? Where we going? Other clubs. I'm not gonna go through all of them. Aston Villa, lads. Let me Aston Villa. They were busy in the window as well. They signed Onana from Everton, obviously euros, 59 million. Maatsen from Chelsea, 44 million. Cameron Archer from Sheffield United, 16 million. Jaden Philgeen, 16 million. Samuel Illin Jr. from Juve, 14 million. Lewis Dobbin from Everton, 11 mil. Enzo Badanchia from Juve, 8 mil. And they got Ross Barkley from Luton for 5 million. The only real outgoing major one was Coutinho went back after his loan, and obviously Douglas Luiz went to Juventus.
We bought Kelly, man. Musa Diaby as well. That was a good move. They got a profit on him after a year.
Yeah, Saudi, innit?
Yeah, overall seems like a decent window from them. Onana was a good move. Maatsen should be decent depth for them as well. Same thing with Barkley. Managed to keep hold of Duran, who's even better depth for them too.
Good business. I say solid window. Solid
Probably
window.
give him a 6.
Yeah, solid window. 6.5. You look at Onana, you look at Maatsen. Obviously the outgoings as well.
Yeah, keeping Duran as well.
Yeah, they kept Duran. You already had a good side as well, so you pretty much kept it together outside of Douglas Luiz, like you mentioned.
That Rodgers kid getting promoted.
Yeah, Rodgers was on the way he played against Arsenal. I know he played last season, but it's like I was like, who is this? So yeah, that's what I'd say.
Newcastle lads. Now, didn't really move a lot. Obviously Lewis Hall was signed after the year loan, 33 million. They got Vlacho Dimos from Forest for 23 mil. They got Osulu from Sheffield United, 11 mil. And they got Lloyd Kelly from Bournemouth on a free and John Ruddy from Birmingham on a free. But what they did do is keep Isak, keep Bruno, keep Gordon. They kept all of their big hitters, bro. So for me, I think that's a 7 out of 10 window for them. To keep every single one, to keep Bruno, to keep Gordon, to keep Isak.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
That is a very, very good window. They were heavily linked with big clubs, not any clubs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gordon was linked with Liverpool. Isak was linked with Arsenal. Bruno was linked with Arsenal.
Yeah, Bruno was linked with City.
No Champions League football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was
football.
More money on the table, probably.
They did very well. It's rare that happens as well. That keeps all a team like a Newcastle keeps all their big hitters when the bigger teams come.
Tonali's back as well.
Yeah, Tonali's back, like I mentioned. Yeah, I think a 7 is fair. Just for the keeping the players. That's what that is. Just that alone hires that.
Yeah, because they could have lost Isak or Gordon and they just managed to get rid of Minter and they were fine. So yeah, let me see. So Lewis Hall, yeah, probably just give him a 5.5 or something. Don't even look like they did too much activity.
Nah, it's more to keep. It's more keeping hold of the star players.
Where outgoings.
And by the Lewis Hall one, I don't know nothing about the players they signed.
No, neither do I.
No.
Tottenham, they signed Solanke, 64 mil. Archie Gray from Leeds, 41 mil. Odegaard from Burnley, 29 mil. Bergvall, who looks a player still, 10 mil. And
they brought back Werner.
They brought back Werner for another year. And Min Hyuk Yan. They got him from the Korean League.
I feel like it's just a 5 only because they got Solanke.
Even a 5 is a 4.
I'd
They
even
needed
say
first
I'd
teamers.
say a 3. I think they had a worse window than us.
They
I
needed
think their
something.
window was shitter than ours, blood.
Actually,
And our window
I'm
was
not
bad.
putting that anywhere near our window. Yeah, fuck that. Cool.
I give them
But
a 3.
Solanke's though, they needed the first teamers, and the only one they got was Solanke.
Solanke and
They
Archie
needed-
Gray.
And
Yeah.
brought back Werner.
And bringing
Yeah.
back Werner's 3.5. Just for
Mhm.
bringing back Werner, I'm knocking a half off. Like, how did you bring back Timo Werner? Yeah,
Trying to
terrible
think
behavior.
of
Terrible behavior.
trying to think of any other. So what? We done ours. We done Villa. We done Newcastle. We done Tottenham. Fulham. I think Fulham had a very good window, blood.
How did you bring him?
Let me get you the Fulham one. They got Smith Rowe. They got Reece Nelson. They got 1 minute. Let me tell you that. So they got Smith Rowe, 31 mil. They got Anderson from Palace, 29 mil. They got Sander Berg from Burnley, 23 mil. They got Cunha from Villarreal, 6 mil. Sessegnon on a free transfer from Tottenham. Reece Nelson on loan. And yeah, that is their moves. They got 51 million euros for Paulina. They got 17 million for Jay Stansfield. He's on to Birmingham. And yeah, the only bad one where they kind of lost out was obviously Tosin going on a free transfer. And Bobby Blood Clark Reed also going to Leicester on a free transfer.
It's a
I
good
think,
window.
I think that's a good window for Fulham, you know.
Using Pauline as a killer for them. We just spoke about it with Newcastle about keeping their hitters.
Yeah.
And then signing, I know that obviously Sander Berg is nowhere near Paulina, but getting that replacement in, they've improved the defense with Joachim Anderson. They've improved the midfield as well by bringing in Smith Rowe. Reece Nelson's there. What they have as well, they got Munez up front.
Yeah, they didn't do anything too much going apart from Munez. Did they no incomings? Any of them attackers? I don't know too much about some of them players.
So Smith Rowe,
Reece Nelson, and Smith Rowe.
Reece Nelson in the mill.
Yeah, good window for them. I'd say 6. Like I say, if they would have kept Paulina, it'd be higher.
I'd say 6 as well. I'd say 6 as well.
I'd say 5. Still too many question marks for me personally.
I hear that.
And even then, like finding a Paulina replacement is going to be tough work. The only thing is it's Fulham, so it's kind of unfair on them, but still nature of the game.
Yeah, facts. Brighton, they've been very, very busy in the window. They got Ruta from Leeds. They got Minta from Newcastle. They got Whiffler from Feyenoord. They got Gruda from Mainz. They got Kadia Glue from Fenerbahce. Matt O'Reilly from Celtic. Osman from Nordland. Yalkoi from Gothenburg. They got Kozier Dubry. That one pissed me off, blood, from us.
Yeah, you want to keep him?
Yep. Okay. Mario's cold still. Rate him. Yeah, Brighton been very busy. I don't know any of the signings though, but they've had a good start to the season, blood. So obviously the signings must be.
Yeah, I can't even say. I don't know too much about their signings or their players. I've heard about the fullback they signed.
The only one I know about is Ruta.
I heard good things about him, but I can't.
Kadioglu know a bit about.
Kadioglu I know because we were linked with him.
I've heard good things about these players, but I can't comment in regards to that level.
I ain't got the faintest idea.
Yeah,
on the rest.
I
get a 5.
First,
I wrote the guys from Leeds, right? They lost another player. Huh?
Yeah. Leeds hold that. I'm saying, I'm saying, about to lose another player.
Happy with that one, blood.
Over the moon for Leeds.
Send them down to League One, scrubs.
We're gonna lose another playoffs again. You know what I'm saying? Hold that.
England versus Ireland boys. The return of the prodigal son, Declan Rice. This is going to be very heated for Rice, blood. You get me? I think this is the first time he's played them since.
Is Grealish in the squad too?
Yeah, Grealish is there as well.
Nice.
And is it in Dublin?
Yeah, it's at the Aviva Stadium, blood. So you understand? I don't know if
Yeah, we're
this is
locked
going
into
to
that
be
one, bruv.
this is
I
going to be
can't
the
wait.
most toxic environment I think Rice has played in, bro. I think it's going to be the most hated environment that he's played in, bro. You get the whole stadium's going to be against him. Grealish, if he comes off the bench, whole stadium's going to be against him. You already know the Ireland, England backstory. You get me? They've actually got a new manager. They've got Hal Grims, who was the former Jamaica manager. Obviously, Steve Bloodclot McCarron has replaced him. So they've got Hal Grimson as their manager. I think
You
this
see the
is
clip of him trying to speak patois. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
yeah. Seal it up.
hilarious, man.
Seal it up, dog.
Yeah,
You see me? Seal it up, dog. You understand? That's the Rasta spot. You see me? But I'm looking forward to this game, blood. You get me? I think it'll be a
Same.
very intense game. I think it'll be a heated game. I think if you're looking to do a bet on yellow cards. You get me? I think there'll be a few yellow cards in this game. You get me? I think they're going to be gunning for Rice, gunning for Grealish as well. But Lee Carsley, he's also Irish as well. That's why it's mad blood.
Oh, they're gonna be booing him too then.
Yeah, our caretaker manager is Irish, blood. He's played for Ireland as well. But Carsley, if you watch him with the under 21s,
They
they
play
were
good
playing
ball.
proper football, blood.
Play good
So
ball.
for me, he was one of the people that I was like, yeah, if Carsley was to get the job on a full-time basis, I'd be calm with that because the style of football that he plays, you've seen the squad that he's picked. You get me? He's picked a lot of the youngsters. He's seen a lot of them play as well. A lot of them have been under his stewardship already, blood. Who starts?
The youth. You're gonna
Would
see
you
Noni
start-
starting. You're
would
gonna
you
see
start-
probably
this is what I wanna know.
Colwell.
Would you start Kane, or is this the time now to ease him out of the first team and turn him into a bench player? I'm not saying
I would
drop him from the
agree.
squad. I'm saying let's drop him to the bench and let's look to the future. Ollie Watkins, you know what I mean?
I would agree if his form was an absolute trash. That's the only difference.
Watkins' form is piss poor right now.
Yeah.
So
He hasn't
like,
even-
it's
I don't
got to
think
be
he's
Kane
scored
again.
this season.
Yeah, I know he ain't had a preseason and it's Nations League. It's time to move forward. It's time to move forward. Start his Ireland away. Start Ollie Watkins. It's the worst that can happen is he has a terrible half and you take him off and put on Harry Kane. It's time.
You
If you're
might have
not
a
going-
motivated Kane as a result.
Yeah, if you're not going to experiment in the Nations League, when are you going to experiment? Where it's more than a friendly, but it's not an international tournament. So why not? What do you have to lose as Lee Carsley if you like? You know what you're getting with Kane. Like you said, try and motivate him. Maybe it's time to move on from the old guard. They had their shot. They failed. It doesn't mean you're out of the squad. Doesn't mean you won't play a part. Doesn't mean that you can't get back into the starting 11. But time to move on. Give the youngsters a chance. And he's from the under 21s. Play them.
I'm looking. Okay, here it is.
Watkins didn't pull himself out of the squad, did he?
No. I've got the.
Okay.
Now
It's on in the
Palmer,
chat.
Foden, and somebody
I've got
else.
I've got the
Yeah,
squad.
Palmer pulled out. Good.
So, yeah, Henderson, Pickford, Pope. Who starts in goal? Pickford's been piss poor this year, bro. Do you see the errors he's been fucking making?
Yeah, the one against
Jesus
Spurs.
Christ,
Yeah. I'd go with
You know what, Henderson, just off the
Henderson. I
last
know we
game.
had the match against you. I'd probably go Pope. I think he's the best.
I was
out of
gonna
the
say I'd go Pope, blood.
I think Pope the best out of the three.
Defense.
Maybe.
We're doing a back four or a back three.
Back four. Gotta go back four, man.
So my back four would be Trent,
Yeah.
Gay, Stones.
Is it what we want or what we think Carsley's going to pick?
Nah,
That's
what
what
we
we
want. What we want.
All right, cool.
So I'd go Trent, Gay, Stones, and then
I'm playing Liverpool at fullback.
I probably
I don't know why he's not
Can Rico Lewis play left back?
Maybe,
Rico
but
Lewis play left
I'd go Trent, Gray, Stones, Livermeno. Livermeno could play left back.
Yeah, no
That's it.
complaints here.
So that's what I'm going with.
Yes, he can.
Yeah, I'm
okay. If Rico Lewis can play left back, I'm going Rico Lewis.
First,
Even though he's not left-footed, I would put Rico Lewis. All right, midfield. It's a midfield three. I would go Rice, Cobby, and Foden.
Yeah, you took the trio that I was gonna go with: Rice, Maino, Foden. Double pivot of Rice, Maino, Foden, and 10. With no Palmer.
Yeah. All right, cool. Forgot.
Front line, I would go Saka, Watkins, and Gordon.
Yeah, we singing from the same hymn sheet. Troops. I'll go with those three.
Yeah,
That's what should have played in. That's
so
what should
hire
have played in
me,
the
blood.
That's what should have played in the Euros.
I know.
That's
Gordon, Watkins, Noni. That's my only change, Noni. Give Saka a rest. Give him a little rest.
Chelsea.
Prediction, lads.
1-1.
3-1 England. Let's go, man. It's coming home.
2-1 England. Rice to get a goal or
They should do more.
an
They
assist.
should bring back what was it called? They used to do it years ago. When they'd have all like the home nations face each other.
Yeah.
Was it a home nations league or something like that?
You're thinking of Six Nations in rugby.
Yeah, but they had something like that though in football.
Yeah, I know. It
I
was
can't
like
remember what
they
it
used to
was.
do it before tournaments.
Yeah, like I don't know
What
what.
it was called, though.
That's much better. That's
Yeah, I know.
that's much better. Like, would you not rather see England play away at Ireland or play away to Scotland or Northern Ireland and Wales and all them face each other rather than just some nonsense?
Yeah, facts.
Like that's what it is. What was it called? I can't remember what it was called. Let me check.
Balon d'Or, man, them. The nominees have been announced. It's a very weird Balon d'Or year because we got no Messi and no Ronaldo for the first time, blood. You understand? So
Right.
It's about fucking
it is
time.
it is the end of an era. It is officially the end of an era. Who wins the Ballon d'Or, lads? Here are the nominees. Let me just share this real quick. Oh, man, ding. Here are the nominees. Bellingham, Calhanoglu, Carvajal, Diaz, Dovbyek, Foden, Grimaldo, Haaland, Hummels, Kane, Cruz, Lookman, Emi Martinez, Lautaro Martinez, Mbappe, Yamal, Xhaka, Wirtz, Williams, Vitina, Vinicius, Valverde, Saliba, Saka, Rudiger, Rodri, Rice, Palmer, Olmo, and Martin Odegaard. No Liverpool players and no Manchester United players.
For real.
Who wins the Ballon d'Or this year?
What? Who do we think should win it, or who do we think they will pick?
Who would you award it to? Firstly,
I'd say Vinicius Junior.
Yeah, me, Vinny.
He won the Champions League, won La Liga. Just clearly the best, like most important player for them in a very, very good side. Arguably the best player in the position in Europe. I'm going Vinicius Junior, despite him not doing it in Copa.
Shout out Vinny, but if it's my choice, I'm standing in solidarity with Cole Palmer.
This guy, yo.
And I'm standing with Saliba if we're doing that one.
Hey, go for it, bro. That's your personal pick. I hear it.
You know what I mean? But who do you think they will award it to? Do you know what? I think I think it's going to Spain, bro.
I think Yamal.
Yeah, me too.
I think Rodri or Carvajal.
I can see
I
Yamal.
think ain't there some young player of the year or something? I forgot the name of it, but I swear there's some.
Yeah, Cobby's in that.
Carvajal's a shout, you know.
Nacho's in that. Cobby's in that.
Yeah. Palmer didn't even get added into that one, which was crazy. But like, I see Yamal winning that. I think for this one, it will probably be Rodri or maybe Vinny, but I think it'll be more Rodri.
Yeah, because Carvajal won La Liga, Champions League, and Euros.
Mm-hmm.
So they may go with Carvajal.
Mm-hmm.
He might be on the podium just for that.
I don't know what he's based. Because with Balon d'Or, I don't know what it's based off.
Because like they change it. It's trophies one day, then it's marketability the next.
Is it the Champions League? Then if it's
Champions League,
if it's Champions League, they might go Jude.
Nah, but I think Vinny's got more.
It ain't even Champions because the year where Jorginho got third, Messi won it just off. I think what was it, Copa America or something?
No, the World Cup that year.
That probably was his first.
No, that was the year after, I think.
Yes, because I don't know what it's based off. The international, they don't tell us what the criteria is. That's why it's tough
Like,
to
it's,
get.
I think it's
marketability
Champions
plays
League.
a
I think
major part.
I think if you've won Champions League and an international trophy, you jump the queue.
So
And
that
then
means
Trophy,
if you haven't won an
but then
international trophy, it goes to Champions League. And,
Well,
and, if,
Carver,
you
I think
won
it-
the- and if you
I
won the
think
league
it's
title,
trophies, but if trophies don't really break you apart from the rest, it's who's more marketable.
yeah.
Well, Carvajal, he's won the most there because he's won international, Champions League, and La Liga.
Yeah. Rodri.
I
He's won the
think
league.
Rodri's winning it.
And I can't see them giving it to a right back.
But they gave it to Cannavaro in 06.
Yeah, because he has centre back, and 2, they won the World Cup.
But they won the Euros, Champions League, and La Liga. So
But
it's not a World Cup year. You can't really knock him for not winning. He's got a World Cup anyway.
Yeah, but it's but we know this. It's Balon
he
d'Or.
doesn't.
We know them. We know it's Balon d'Or. We know what they're like.
No, you don't.
Yeah, and Cannavaro is like, and that was an anomaly. Plus, he was the
2021 showed their arse, bruv. Like, they're just gonna give it to who's the most marketable.
Yeah, and I don't even think
Because
that's right.
these man gave it to Donnarumma, gave the goalkeeper of the year to Donnarumma over Mendy just off the Euros, and then gave it to Messi off Copa America and Ed Jorginho, who won the Champions League and the Euros. So, like, I think it's just going to go to who's more marketable at the end of it, which means more Vinny or Rodri.
Yeah,
personally.
Vinny or Rodri.
Yeah, you know what? I'll stick with Vinny. I said Vinny. I'll stick with Vinny.
Hopefully it goes to Vinny. He deserves it, man.
Yeah.
Definitely deserves it, blood. You get me?
Either one of them two, I think, would be fair. For me, Palmer, just get top 10, and I'm happy.
I want Jude to win it just to piss off Rance.
Oh, allow it.
You get me?
That would piss me off
No,
too.
Jude, that's my guy, blood. Big up Jude. Jude, blood clot better than my brother. Yeah. Come on,
Another
G.
year or two, mate, you might get. Nah, not this. That would drive me insane.
Be hilarious.
Can't.
The conversation it would create would be hilarious if
Yeah,
I
be a
see
mad
Jude
thing.
pick up Ballon d'Or.
Big up Southpaw. He says back at. Oh, 1 minute. I read that one again, blood.
Big up Southpaw.
Yeah, big up Southpaw, blood.
Big up.
Okay, here we go. Big up SP says thoughts on Everton. I think they will go down this year. Yeah, this is the year they go down, blood.
It's looking bleak. I can't lie.
This is the
They
year,
need
bro.
to-
Especially
they need to
after the way they
figure it
lost to Bournemouth. Yeah, you man are done, bruv.
Yeah,
See you later, lads. Get me with your new stadium in the championship. Peak. Big up Southpaw. He says, please, as born in USA, I never buy a ticket for any game. Not worth it. I'd rather watch women's NBA. I fucking hate that it's all about attention and PR.
WNBA is actually decent. I've watched a few
they got
games
that
of
Caitlyn
WNBA.
chick in it.
Yeah, Caitlyn Klass. There's a few others
Yeah,
like
that's cold. And that
I've
other, they got that black thing that's cold. She's on her team.
Angel Reese.
Yeah, her. She's cold blood.
Yeah, there's a few.
She like,
But yeah, like
she like took Caitlyn under her wing type of thing.
oh, you're thinking that there's someone that's someone else. I can't remember the name.
Oh,
but I know
yeah,
you're
she's
talking
that's
about
the one. She's cold.
Yeah,
She's
there's
cold,
there's
blood.
few.
Big up Lee Slims again, my chargy. He says, since you brought up the scum, let's take time to remember Flawless referred to them as we earlier this week, claiming his sighting. Yeah, we know, blood. We know, blood. I'm surprised this Postio Lane asked me for a fucking North London Derby preview next week.
I was
blood.
gonna say because X
You get me?
version. You said heard you say you're doing one with X. Shout out to X. But if X can't make it, or you want to do a second one, shout me. I'll fly
Yeah.
to London. We'll
Yeah,
do one
fuck
outside
off.
the ground.
Yeah, I
What you
bet you
mean?
will.
Yeah,
Dickhead, Drew. Big up Southpaw again. He says, back again, gang. Did you see Gyökeres? My God, he is on beast mode. 3 GNA on one game. He even makes other players good. If Edu did sign this guy, fuck him. Real talk, blood. I've been, on the Gyökeres train, pause, the whole of the fucking summer, mate. You know what I mean? And it looks like you understand, got stuck on it and we're just going round and round and round and round. Big up Elon, the biggest troll in YouTube. He says, I was delivering a new barbecue to Edu's house after all the cooking he did this summer. I told him to invite troops to a barbecue. He said, why? He likes sushi. This guy's a dickhead, bro.
Shout out Elon, man.
Elon's a dickhead, bro. Big up Elon, bro. Fucking wild lad, bro. Big up Elon, my G. Big up Southpaw again. He says, flawless. Any comment? Too cool to replace Eric Ten Hag.
Super underwhelming if we go get Tuchel. Super underwhelming. Not coming off a successful stint at Barcelona. Doesn't play the way that any of us claim they want to play. It's like they're just going for him, just name. It'd be a very Glazerish appointment if we were to go and get Tuchel.
Big up Ben Highsmith, my brother. Good to see
Big
you,
up, Ben.
broski. He says, big up Troops and the panel, the best show on YouTube, and look forward to watching every time you guys get on. Come on, my brother. We appreciate the
Big up,
support, fam. You understand? Big up your damn self, Ben. He's been here for years, blood. Real day one supporter. Big up my doggy Jack as well. That's my G. He says, big up, fam. Look forward to the streams every week. Come on, broski. You know, like I said, we appreciate every single one of you, blood. A lot of the day ones are in here today. Southpaw, one more time. He says, and troops, why Arteta didn't pull out Rice for England? He played more than 60 games. He is tired. Pep rest Rodri for long periods. I fucking hate international break. I totally agree, bro. But with it being Ireland, there's no chance. You get me? Rice probably wants to play the game himself.
Definitely wants to play, and he's missing the North London derby because of suspension. So you want him still taking over some match sharpness. You don't want him sat out for 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, it's true. Still,
because he won't play again till the 20th if he doesn't.
The Man
play.
City game.
Yeah, you know.
He'll play the Atalanta game.
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, we got him for that one. Big up my dog Jack one more time. He said Rodri has been the best. He has still best midfielder. You get me? Best player, I'm not sure, but best midfielder, definitely, blood. You get me? But that's it, blood. That's all the time we have for you this week, blood. You get me? Big up the panel as always, blood. You understand? Flawless Lewis, my brother's blood. Big up that Run 'em Out Monts as well. Make sure you subscribe to Peanut Head's channel. Subscribe to the 2Gs them channel as well, blood. Link in the bio/description as always. Big up the chat as always, blood. You get me? You lot know the vibes. Big up the mods them, my brothers. Big up the super chatters. That's gang. Whoop, we have one more super chat before we leave. Chimney Hudson, my brother. He says, we outside. Big up the man them. Kai, 20+ goals. Inshallah, blood.
Was that all competitions or league only, though?
Must be all comps.
It's got to be all comps. It ain't happening in the league, mate. Yeah,
all
comps, I can see it happening. Not going to lie.
Yeah, of course. If you like with the Champions League extended format, you lot drawing lower league opposition in domestic cups. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, we're easy. But you don't know the vibes. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back again on Monday. North London Derby week.
Let's go.
Here we go, blood.